Man, oh man, oh man. Welcome to a post game edition of the It's Cavalier podcast. Typically, I wouldn't do this. I don't have Corey. Corey actually went to the game, so y'all can reach out to him. But geez, what a fucking game. Welcome to another edition of the It's Cavalier podcast. As always, it's your boy Mack. I don't even know how to start tonight's post game reaction off. I mean, this was a tale of two halves for the Cavs, ladies and gentlemen. The team truly used a second half surge to get over the hump. They enter the first half down 13 by the score of 62-75, but didn't give up even when some of y'all thought they were cooked. I did not forget. Some of y'all thought they were dead in the water, and I'm not letting you live it down. They were led by the backcourt duo of Donovan Mitchell and Caris LeVert, who combined for 82 fucking points. 82 points. Holy shit. Like, I could see, honestly, before the season in a big-time game like this, where Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland might combine for this type of game. But Caris, if you would have told me before this season began that two players in the same game would score 40 plus points on the Cavaliers, I would not have chosen Caris LeVert. I just put out some content on him today. Been really, really liking what I've seen out of him over this 5-game stretch. And prior to tonight's game, I would have been perfectly happy had he stayed on the current trend that he was, which was piss poor shooting from 2-point range and absolute blistering 3-point shooting. And guess what he fucking does? He goes out there and gives you 41 points tonight. Just absolutely phenomenal game out of that guy. And tonight, I get it, I get it. Donovan Mitchell also put up 41, but this game honestly felt like it was truly about Caris LeVert coming out party. And we've seen this guy put up big scores before in the past, whether that be with Indiana or with Brooklyn when KD was out. But this just felt different. This honestly feels like his best stretch to start any season. Just feels that way. And he's with a Cavaliers team where he could potentially be in an ideal role once Darius Garland comes back. There was a lot of conversation prior to the start of the season. Would he start at the 2? Before the Donovan Mitchell trade was announced, would he start at the 3 when Lauri Markkanen vacated the spot? Would it be Isaac Okoro? Would it be Dean Wade, Jetty Osman, a couple other guys? I don't know. But I think he's put any of that to bed. This guy is... He's just been phenomenal to start this season. And we've seen some good performances across the board, tonight. But Donovan Mitchell and Caris LeVert just kind of take the cake tonight. So if you want to look at it stat line by stat line, Donovan Mitchell, who also scored 41 points tonight, had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, took 26 shots tonight. I mean, somebody's got to take him. 15-26, pretty efficient night. 5-9 from 3. Gotta love that. We knew what we were getting in Mitchell when we acquired him. Was a guy who took almost 10 threes a game last season for a Utah Jazz team that needed every bit of that. And he's brought that over in bunches for the Cavs. And with the absence of Lauri Markkanen, who took over 6 threes a game, we knew we needed that spacing element. It's the guy who can get to the line, too, when 6 assists from the free throw line. Did have 7 turnovers, but I'm just going to chalk that up to the very high usage rate since DG has been out, and he was a plus 18 on the night. Caris LeVert, again, 41 points, 4 rebounds, led the team in assists tonight, 7 big assists. Just can't ask for anything more from this guy. Like, we already knew that he was going to have to kind of be like a tertiary facilitator, or maybe even a secondary facilitator in lineups where one of Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell would be on the bench. Just been absolutely phenomenal in Darius Garland's absence and picking up some of that slack in regards to the lost playmaking. 12 of 21 from the field. This is absolutely one of his best nights from inside the 3-point line. 12 of 21 from tonight for tonight. 6 of 8 from 3. Continues his blistering start from range, and he all by himself had most of the Cavaliers free throws tonight. 11 of 12 from the free throw line and 3 big steals. 3 huge steals. Now, one of the things that we constantly heard throughout this offseason is the Cavs like Darius Garland's fit with Karis LeVert in the backcourt. And we heard about how they liked LeVert's length and things of this nature and that nature. LeVert has always had the innate ability and the God-given size to be an impactful defender, whether that be clogging up passing lanes and really playing the passing lanes and garnering steals and things of that nature, or making life hard on people with his length. And he's doing that this season. To start out this season, LeVert has played some of the most inspired defense that I've ever seen him play. And it's just a beautiful sight for a Cavs team who really lacked that true, didn't really have any size in that backcourt for any stretch of the season last year. And they have it this year in Donovan Mitchell, who plays above his listed height. And I think he's actually taller than his listed height. So that's a plus right there. And then you got LeVert out there, who's 6'6", 6'7". He's really just playing both ends of the court very, very well. Was a plus 21 tonight. You look across at the other Cavs in the front court, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, although Donovan Mitchell and Karis LeVert will get all the praise from tonight's game, those two also had some of their best games of the season so far in this 5-game stretch. Both of them had double-doubles. Jared Allen with 12 points and 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from free throw line. I know he missed a key free throw towards the end that really could have helped out and not had overtime be forced, but it is what it is. He did his job tonight. He actually had the highest plus minus in the starting lineup tonight with plus 25. And then you look at Evan Mobley, who a lot of people really kind of get pissed off and not really being too patient with this guy in regards to rebounding. Guy had 10 rebounds tonight, something that people have really, really, really been questioning his ability and confidence and just overall want and willingness to go out there and get on those boards. And you kind of did that tonight. After being what some people consider to be outplayed on that end, or at least in that aspect, by Paolo Banchero. So, 19 and 10 from him tonight, 3 assists, 7 of 12 from the field, very efficient night, 1 of 3 from 3, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, had 2 blocks, 1 steal. We know this guy can fill up the stat sheet. That is one of the reasons why they think that he could be one of the top 5 players, if not the best player in the league one day, if he lives up to his God-given talent. Just absolutely awesome night from everybody across the board. Now, there is one person here that we all know I'm going to talk about here in a little bit who did not have such a good night tonight, and it seems to be a recurring thing. I'll get to him in a minute, but shed some light on some other players here. Dean Wade played 39 minutes tonight, only scored 4 points and grabbed 6 rebounds. But he was just really, really, really key in regards to defense tonight on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Just tough ask of any player to go out there and defend 2 of the best players in the NBA on any given night. But the fact that JB elected to roll with Dean Wade for 39 minutes kind of tells you everything you need to know. And although he only scored 4 points, still was a plus 20. They needed everything from him tonight. And when you on a night when you're getting 82 combined points from your backcourt, you don't need motherfuckers to go out here and give anything more than that and just than to defend. So that's just starting 5 tonight. Fucking beautiful. Just beautiful across the board. Excuse my language. I'm on cloud 9 right now. This Cavs team has put together something special, and this is without Darius Garland. And then you roll to the bench here. Cedi Osman has been off to this blistering start, averaging over 15 plus points a game. Tonight didn't fare so well. In his 22 minutes, he only had 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, went 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3-point range, and was a minus 10. Tough matchup for him. The book on Cedi is inconsistency. That's what people are going to chalk this up to. I won't. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Just other guys had it going tonight. Very tough matchup. And these Boston Celtics were just in the NBA Finals for a reason. And I'm not going to disrespect them either. Boston was without, just like Darius Garland was out for Cleveland, Boston was without the services of Robert Williams, who is, if you watch basketball at all, you know he is a defensive player of the year type of guy that can impact the game in so many ways on the defensive end. So they've been without him. That's one of their linchpins in regards to defense. They are going to love to get him back when they do, but their loss is Cleveland's gain, right? They're Cleveland's down Darius Garland. That kind of even the odds a little bit here. Back to the bench. Kevin Love in 21 minutes put up 9 points, 5 rebounds, went 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, also minus 10. The Boston Celtics are also not a good matchup for Kevin Love. Although Kev has looked a little bit more spry as of late, really to start this season out, he kind of looks like he's looks healthier than ever. Just doing a lot more in regards to movement, in regards to rebounding than we've seen him have in past seasons, including last year. Just looks to be really healthy, really in a good place. But Boston is not necessarily a great matchup for him. They can line up very well against Kevin Love. And then you get to the 8 and 9 spots. Raul Neto, who we brought in as kind of an insurance policy until Ricky Rubio comes back healthy and can provide you some, cleanup minutes here. Only got 7 minutes tonight, only took 1 shot. Can't really ask for anything more than that, just because you know that Donovan Mitchell and Karis LeVert are going to be handling the ball so much. Not really mad at Raul Neto at all. Just one of those signings that could potentially pay off later on the year. Now, the guy that I know that a lot of people are going to be pointing a finger at, and a lot of people probably want to hear me talk about, Isaac Okoro. I have been asked repeatedly, Mac, what are your thoughts on Isaac Okoro to start out this season? What are your thoughts on the starting lineup? Man, this is a deal. Like, I'm trying to be patient with Isaac Okoro. We've only played 5 games this season. Isaac Okoro is very much a confidence type of player, and he just does not look to have it right now. That and the fact that he just seems to find himself in some very unfortunate, unlucky, just untenable situations in regards to fouling. Like tonight is just another case in that, because there was a stretch in which he committed back-to-back fouls in the first half, I believe. I think it was the second quarter. Back-to-back foul. No, it was actually the first quarter. Back-to-back fouls on Jason Tatum. Very, very tough dude to defend. I don't really know if anybody can for any stretch of a game. I'm not sure it can be done all game. But Isaac tonight, due to that foul trouble, only saw the court for 5 minutes. That's a new low for him. Like, I really do not know what to make of this start. 5 minutes, 3 fouls. Like, I don't know if we've seen that type of play out of Isaac. We've gotten 3 years now, well, at least 2 years and 5 games, and a lot of people are hoping for that fabled third-year breakout, including myself. Again, I'm trying to remain patient with Isaac, but with each passing game, with the other guys stepping up, it's becoming tougher and tougher. And I think what you're seeing right now, outside of him just committing these fouls and not looking confident out there, what makes things even more complicated is you have players like Dean Wade and Jetty Osman who are legitimately stepping up and filling the void that he's kind of leaving out right now. And we know what Jetty Osman is on defense, but if Jetty's providing you at least enough on the offensive side of the ball to circumvent that, you got to play him. You got to play him 20 plus minutes a night. If Dean Wade is giving you a little of both on, both ends of the floor, you got to play him. And you saw that tonight. He played 39 minutes. JB put Isaac on the bench after those fouls and did not look back. He is opting to play the hot hands right now. It's that simple. This Cavs team is that talented. This Cavs team is that deep, and they're going to keep playing the best players they feel that give them the chance to win. And right now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that Isaac Okoro does not fit that role. that he is in, but it's becoming tougher and tougher each game to justify it because you are getting those performances off these out of these guys that have come off the bench before. And let's not mince words here. We haven't even seen Lamar Stevens yet. This continues to happen. We could see more guys pass him in the lineup. It's only a matter of time. Again, this has been 5 games, so I'm not going to overreact too much. It's just a 5-game stretch. It could be the worst 5-game stretch of his career. He could just need some time to get his mind right because it kind of does seem like it's up here. But I don't know. Time will tell. I'm going to try and reserve my ultimate judgment till we get at least, a quarter through the season, 15, 20 games, something of that nature. But it's tough, man. Like I want this dude to succeed on, every time he's out there, but he just kind of seems like he's in his own way sometimes. And I really don't know what else can be done. Like hoping that when Darius Garland comes back, that kind of changes and his mindset kind of shifts and he gets more opportunities because if there's anybody on this team that knows where to put Isaac in good spots, it's Darius Garland. And, I also can't lie to myself here and say that Isaac Okoro has not had opportunities to complete or convert some shots when he's been open. Every 3-point attempts that he has taken, I believe, has probably been uncontested to start the season, similar to last year, because teams are simply not respecting his ability to knock down the 3 ball. And I don't even know if he respects his own ability to do that. It's in there. He can do it. We have seen it in the past. We saw it in preseason. We saw it in spurts last season. He's just not doing it right now. And so what does that mean? That means other guys are going to play ahead of him. It's as simple as that. That's how I feel on Isaac Okoro right now. I'm hoping that he gets out of whatever funk that he's in and he's able to, and he's able to figure this shit out, but it's tough, man. It is definitely tough to see a player that you want to succeed go through stretches like this. And, I know some of you guys probably feel, just as I'm reading this comment down here, that Isaac is not somebody who's capable of being a rotational player right now. And, I don't know. I can't answer that question right now. All I can say is I'm hoping for the best from the guy. But as long as this Cavs team is winning, and they are now 4-1. Well, 4-1, right? Yeah, 4-1 on the season. I can't be all that mad. I can't be all that mad. 4-1, Cavs are winning, and I'm respecting the fact that JB has enough gusto to put guys on the bench when they need to be. So respect to him for that. Just feel really, really good about this Cavs team right now. And they're not even fully healthy. Like we're talking about the Darius Garland injury. We haven't even fucking seen Ricky Rubio yet. Just imagine when this motherfucker comes back. Like, I don't know. Just been dope, man. Just an awesome start to the season. Just makes me even more pissed off at Gary Trent Jr. Like, why the fuck did you have to do that? Why? I'm really wondering too, like, what is the dynamic gonna look like when Garland comes back too? Because obviously you're going to keep LeVert within the starting lineup, and that trio of Mitchell, DG, and LeVert, that's just from a passing standpoint, just absolutely beautiful. Like each and every one of these guys can easily average over 6 assists a game. We just saw Darius, average more than that last season. We know Donovan is perfectly capable of doing that. And then Karras is really showing out with the added playmaking responsibilities. So I'm really curious to see what the lineup will actually look like, or what the style of play with these guys is going to look like once Garland comes back. Hoping he's back for the next game, but I really don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. I haven't seen their most recent updates by Fedor. We only really got to see 12, well, not even 12. We got to see one half of basketball with Darius Garland, Karis LeVert, and Donovan Mitchell all within the starting lineup. So very curious to see that. And then when you look at the backcourt, or the front court starters rather, and Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, just been absolutely phenomenal in different aspects. Like I said earlier about Evan, want to see those rebounding numbers tick up a little bit, but I'm perfectly fine as long as this dude is giving you 16 to 20 points a game, and he's done that over the last couple of nights. Jared Allen, finishing with multiple double doubles over this stretch, picking up right where he left off before he got injured. Man, like, it just makes you think, like, why couldn't this motherfucker be healthy when we needed him the most down that stretch run of last season? Like, this would not have been a play-in team last year had Jared Allen not gotten hurt and he was playing like this. Clearly, he was a shell of himself with that hand injury to close out last season. This season, there's no effects of that. This man is balling right now, looking like he could definitely go back to the All-Star game. Probably won't. But he could. You never know. Just very talented Cavaliers team. Like, when I say that I have literally never felt better about a collective roster than this season, that includes the title season, because I do believe, like, obviously the top stars for the 2016 Cavalier team that won the title were above what Cleveland has right now in Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, and company. But as a collective unit, I think there's a case to be made that this team might be more talented from a collective standpoint than the 2016 team. Don't burn me at the stake for saying that. I'll recuse myself, but it's worth taking a look at, man. Like, just player for player, roster spot for roster spot. And there were some very good, very talented players on that roster during that season. Jefferson, Mont Shumpert, Delly, JR, Tristan, guys, role players really who could step up on any given night and kind of give you what you need. And this Cavaliers team just kind of feels that way too. Obviously, just the 5th game of the season, so we can't sit up here and act like this is the playoffs, but it did feel like a playoff atmosphere. I know I'm not the only one who feels that. I know I'm not the only one that feels like this was a postseason game. Yes, TK, the East does runs through Cleveland. I'm not afraid to say that. Still got a lot of tough opponents to get through to get there and to start calling those type of shots. The Milwaukees of the world. Boston in a 7-game series. As much as I said this is a playoff atmosphere, can you guys imagine an Eastern Conference Finals with the Boston Celtics at full strength and the Cleveland Cavaliers at full strength? Just imagine that shit. Just awesome. And I do feel that this team could, host some games. I believe it. Y'all know me. I'm an eternal optimist. Got my Evan Mobley jersey on right now. I cannot wait. I can't wait. So many storylines through this season that will need to be determined. What are you going to do with Caris LeVert if he continues this pace of play? Like, we saw the contract stalemate that Colin Sexton and Cleveland came to before being shipped out of town. If Caris LeVert keeps up this play, what the fuck do you do? How much money do you pay him? Jetty Osman isn't in contract season. If he keeps up his stellar start to the year, what do you do with him? What's going on with Isaac Okoro? Just so many questions, so many question marks. I'm very curious to see how and what and when these things are answered. But at the end of the day, we take things one game at a time. Cavs win. I want y'all to go out there and have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to me overreact, underreact, whatever. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, whatever to this channel. I appreciate y'all. Go Cavs and have a good night.